Hello everyone, welcome to Master Main Classes series. Today in our discussion we are doing second model question and answer for UPSC Mains 2025 and all the PSC's grade 1 mains examination. So we are talking about a topic which is very much relevant to all the political landscape. So whenever election comes or whenever elections don't comes, whenever there is a budget presentation is there, at every glimpse of these events, you will find this particular argument in all the TV channels and the news. So here the question is like this: are freebies are different from welfare measures? So we have to analyze that critically. The analyze critically is nothing but you should be a critic of it. Just like whenever a movie releases, so you will read or you will see on the YouTube, lot of people do review of the movie. So in that review, you just try to concentrate. They will talk about good things of the movie, they will talk about bad things of the movie, then they will give a conclusion that yes, what you have to do, is it a one time watch or it is a completely rod movie, it's a very bore movie. In our Telangana, whenever the movie is very bundle, no, we call it as rod. Okay, rod is nothing but a plain thing, so plain movie like that. So what actually you have to do is you have to write good, bad, and you have to try to say that okay, can we go ahead with this particular space or can we limit it to it? So that is what is all about critically analyze. So the moment I told you the freebies and the welfare measures, so many of the students have this particular confusion and some are also very clear about it, but let us add some more knowledge to them also. Freebies and welfare measures, basically they are understood very synonymously. We call them as both are absolutely same, we consider it as, but there is a very sharp distinction is there, my dear students, that I will come to point that particular point in a bit. Okay, before going into the discussion, I have to tell all of you that in this particular channel we will generally exclusively cater to mains master classes, PSIR mains test series, and also mentorship, current affairs of UPSC 2025 and all for the state examination specially made for UPSC only. Mentorship is there for the UPSC prelims cum mains, along with that PSC group 1 mains examination. Okay, right. Now I will give you the aspect, a approach to this particular question. So we are having here two important words. Freebies is there, then we also have here welfare measure. Okay, welfare measures. So before I guess 2019 elections, this particular word was not dominant at all. But after 2019 elections, you will see the word very prominently spoken by various stakeholders of democracy, whether it is TV news channels or the newspapers or the experts. They talk about this new word, freebies. And welfare measures are not a new one. We had our first scheme of our country in the year 1952 only, that is community development program. After that, continuously all the successive governments have got various schemes, even till today in the budget also it has been announced. So welfare measure we have already seen since the time of independence, since the time of enforcement of the constitution, or to the start of the planning from the 1951. But the freebie culture is a new what I say is a terminology, or you can say etymology, which has been there in the news, and this is criticized a lot. And these are not criticized. So we have to make a distinction that why people are criticizing this and why people are not criticizing this. Okay, let us go into the discussion. Fine. So when you start your answer, you have to write your introduction or not. Yes, in the introduction you will be writing simple plain things, that these particular words are very common and has been in the limelight whenever the elections come into the scenario. Then you write that freebies are generally touted, are one of the are critically negatively understood by all the people, because it creates fiscal deficit, it creates debt on the states. Okay, it does not build capacity, etc. You have to write like that. Then welfare measures does what? You have to write what is the welfare measures. You have to give some example. National Food Security Act we are having, cashless transfers we are having. We have to use this particular welfare measures. Now after writing these two things, remember this point, when you write these two things, now let us understand one important concept here, which actually distinguish freebies and the welfare measures. Okay, freebies and welfare measures. Okay. Now let us take one example here. Freebies. You are having free bus travel is there. You are having free bus travel. Okay, Telangana government, many other governments also gives this free bus travel. And here you are having what? National Food Security Act is there. Now just imagine a point here when you give, please listen to me very carefully, very important for your understanding purpose. Free bus travel, if it is given, does it lead to any improvement in skill? No. Does it build any capacity in the individual? No. Does it add productivity to the country or the area? No. Does it increase nutrition levels of the state? No. Remember this point. So what has happened is you are just giving a free money. In that free money, people are moving from here and there. That's all. Now just imagine a Food Security Act under this midday meal scheme is there. 67% of the population is covered, and the people who are not having food, they are getting the food from this National Food Security Act in the form of ration. So they are getting what? Their calorie intake, their health outcomes. When health outcomes are good, they will go to education, a society will develop, right or wrong? So this is the main difference, because whenever welfare measures announced, it builds capacity of being healthy, so that we can contribute more in the what? Labor force. Children can contribute more into what? Learning aspects in the schools, and they will be energetic also. Okay, and decreases the financial burden of the population. That money they can invest in what? Social security. But when you're giving only free bus travel, just imagine what actually we are adding to the society. Nothing. We are adding nothing to the society. That's why it is called as freebie. That's why it is called as welfare measure. That's why it has been criticized. That's why it has been not criticized till now. This is the difference between a freebie and a welfare measure. I guess this is all clear. Now let us do our question. Okay. The debate around, let us see that. The debate around freebies and welfare measures has been there. Already there quite a long across various democratic stakeholders. Obviously, whoever are participating in the democratic process, like we do vote, political people do nominate, okay, parties will contest, media is also there, a part of this particular process. So the debate around these freebies and welfare measures are basically commonly we are seeing across all democratic stakeholders. Some argue that freebies amount to bribery, discourage voters from making informed choices. Okay, when you give free money to them, they don't know what to do with it. Okay, that's why discourage voters. Just giving 3,000 rupees, okay, for the unemployment allowances. Okay, not like that. That 3,000 rupees, if you given to unemployment youth, what he is going to do with it? Whether it is drinking, smoking, or wasting the money, or literally in this 3,000 he is buying a book and studying. Literally he is buying something for his own capacity building. So we never know. So to take a particular decision, it is not possible by the freebies. Others are, however, claiming that such narrative, freebies, strips voter of their agency and delegitimize welfare politics. So welfare politics take a back burner, and people are start expecting more freebies, and that is how the agency is nothing but the government. Okay, government and the people will get what very distant from each other if the freebie culture is there. There won't be intimate relationship between the government and the population, because freebies actually make everything what? Delegitimize, and welfare measures will become null in future. You can see I have given the same example here. National Food Security Act, which is announced by Congress government at that time in the year 2013. It has made midday meal, public distribution system, child development. So all these became very important part of it. 50% of the 75% of the rural population, 50% of the urban population, roughly 800 million people are getting benefit from this particular legal entitlements, can be eating food and sleeping happily. Means their stress level, their survival levels will get what? Proper. A 2023 study also, Center for Financial Inclusion, says that this carefully designed digital transfer program, means you are getting the money directly in your account, has also directly into the women account, has led to what? Not only empower women but also help them to mitigate the risk of their intimate partner violence. So on the on the person name. Suppose in Telangana we are having Asra or Chayuta pension scheme is there. Suppose this is given to the woman. Okay, so when a woman is getting every month 3,000, the male partner will not abuse, right? Because every month 3,000 is coming. So the amount of on her name, if something is there, means the male person will not do much violence, because if anything happens to her, that money will not come. So this kind of transfer scheme, okay, Ladli Behan, here we are having Shadi Mubarak, Kalyan Lakshmi, like that we are having schemes where marriage related money is given to the brides to cover the financial costs, etc. So if the things are given like this, okay, what will happen is they will better off, they will be better off in the life. Like if you are giving for Shadi Mubarak, Kalyan Lakshmi, if you are giving money, the female infanticide will decrease, sex ratio will increase. So you can understand that impacts happening when you do a particular thing. That is called as welfare measure. But if you be giving free birth service, or if you are giving only unemployed youth allowances, how it is adding anything to the economy, anything to the society, or at the individual level also, nothing is being added. Okay, right. However, but sometimes what happens is some perceived freebie may be regarded as a welfare measures like others, like most of you also do that. For instance, while one segment of the society may view free transfer as unwarranted concession, for other it constitutes a vital welfare measure. Suppose one wants to go from here to here, it is like 10 rupees of ticket, but one wants to go from here to here, it is like 100 rupees. For this particular person, the transportation cost becomes very important and becomes a major welfare measure. But this particular person will not become, this particular measure will not be the same value to this 10 rupees going person. So that is how it depends on the perception also. How do you take the freebie? Ironically, those who criticize free transports as a subsidy often benefit from the availability of cheap labor. This is also very important. Suppose just imagine a point here. I am in Hyderabad. I stay in Sheikpet. Okay. Because of the transportation limitations and the expenses that I am having, I may able to work in high tech city. I may able to work in Toli Choki, Sheikpet, or Filmnagar, Banjara Hills, or Jubilee Hills, or Mehdipatam. I may work here. But let's suppose here the number of cheap laborers, or the labor force is completely full employment is being given. So I have to move toward some other places like LB Nagar, Dilsukh Nagar, or Narsinghi, like that. I want to move there because there the demand of labor is there. Okay, but here if I go from here to here, it will be 100 rupees. If I go from here to here, it will be 10 rupees or 20 rupees. So my transportation cost will increase. For me, okay, the real estate persons here, the household persons here, the maids, those who want maids here, all of them will get benefited. Here they will get benefited because lot of labor supply will come. Labor supply increases, the price will decrease, the wages will decrease. So they will also get benefited. But this particular person, if not given the transportation service, will be at the stress. And here what will happen, the more amount of labor force will be there. That's why more and more lower wages will be given to this particular area. So it's a very gimmick thing, you can understand that. Okay, but which one to follow, I'll come to that. The major difference between the freebie and welfare measure lies in the welfare itself. Enhance human capabilities and freedoms, aligning with the capability approach as given by the Nobel laureate Amartya Sen. So basically, whatever you give, whether you call freebies or welfare measure, make sure that, okay, you try to increase what? Capability of the individuals, of the population. That is important. For instance, access to nutrition, free food through midday meal scheme strengthens the immunity of the children, enables individual to lead a dignified life. In contrast, poor health not only cause personal suffering but also burdens public resources by increasing the demand for hospital medical treatments. Again, become very costly for the poor people to invest. Investing in nutrition from an early age yields significant long-term benefits for both individual. No stunting, no wasting. So investing in health will build a society more better off. Okay. Freebie driven politics poses a serious fiscal threat. Already RBI said that because of the freebie, the state finances are getting what? Subsidy expenditure is sharply increasing. It further urges that states to rationalize this subsidy to ensure that they do not displace critical investment. So instead of giving the freebie, but you're not giving importance to what? Employment, importance to what? Capital accumulation. Don't do that. Try to reduce your subsidy expenditure. That is what the RBI is saying. National Institute of Public Finance and Policy cautioned that the growing reliance on freebie will inevitably deepen the revenue deficit for the state. So revenues of the state will go down if you start giving freebies instead of building what capacity. Now what has happened is basically this particular freebie thing has come into existence because of what Arvind Kejriwal, the great man, the powerful man that has lost elections in the recent Delhi elections only. But from him, all the things started. He said he made the bus service free for the women. He made the for education free, health free, etc. So and so forth. So in Hindi we call it as revdi. Revdis are given. Revdi means freebies. So a lot of people criticize that. So free में दे दे रहे, all are everything is being free. So free में दे रहे हो, उससे क्या होगा, उससे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Like that, people are telling like that also. So that's why in order to stop this freebie culture from the political parties and also to more concentrate on the productive and capacity building approach of the political parties, a lot of APIs also, a lot of cases have also been filed by the people. In August 2022, the Supreme Court referred a series of petitions challenging the constitutional validity of electoral freebies to a 3-bench judge. Okay, is anyhow pending. However, a previous case was there in Subramaniam Balaji versus Government of Tamil Nadu 2013. The Supreme Court ruled that such matter fell within the domain of legislative policy or when beyond judicial scrutiny. So already what policy of the government, policy the government is following, whether it is giving freebie or welfare measure, Supreme Court already in Subramaniam Balaji versus Government of Tamil Nadu case has already told that whatever the government is doing for the welfare of the people, that is beyond the judicial scrutiny, so we cannot help much. Okay, but still into 2022 a new petition has been filed. We should see that what is going to be the judgment of this 3-bench judge. It further underscores that such expenditure could neither be deemed unlawful nor characterized as a corrupt practices, particularly since they sought to advance the directive principles of state policy. So Supreme Court went on and said that giving freebie is not, first of all, unlawful. Plus, it is not called as corrupt practices, because whatever freebies are you are considering, it's one of the part of what directive principles of state policy. So at this point of time, the Supreme Court stand with regard to the freebie culture is fine, but we never know that in this particular case in 2022, whatever the case was filed, what we are going to see. Okay, conclusion, let us see. It is very important for the government and political parties that any welfare measure should seek to improve. First of all, any welfare measure of the government should seek to improve present level of living of the people and build capacity. So that could help citizens towards sustainable growth. However, it is also important to provide immediate relief measures like bus services, etc. to seek to save them income, to help them to invest in better living condition, enhancing nutrition and well-being. If the transportation cost is decreased, you will get more eggs to your children. You will get more books to your children, right or wrong? Because you are decreasing the cost at in transportation means you can use it to some better living as purpose also for your kids or for yourself. So that's why we cannot say that freebies or welfare measures, okay, both freebies should not be there at all. Any welfare measure that actually seeks to empower society in individual level or social level or economic level is a good welfare measure by the government, should not be called as freebie, but has to always follow a approach of emeritus and capability approach. I hope that's all clear to you. Thank you. Do subscribe to the channel, share to all of your friends, and do enroll in the courses. I will definitely guarantee you that you will score high with the mentorship and the test series, which is articulated and customized only for you. Okay, it is like group discussions will happen. You will have a very broader perspective of what you are going to do in your examination. You will be feeling highly confident when you are writing the examination. Take care. Bye-bye.